You check your portfolio every morning, hoping today's the day something finally clicks. You've read the articles, watched the talking heads, maybe even bought a few safe index funds. But you're watching guys like Michael Burry, the man who called the 2008 crash, make moves that seem to defy everything you've been told about smart investing. Here's what's not wrong with your approach, it's just catastrophically incomplete. I've spent years tracking what the smart money actually does, not what they say they do. And here's the thing about Michael Burry that most people completely miss, he's not just some contrarian throwing darts at a board. When Burry makes a move, there's always a deeper pattern, a thesis that won't make sense until months or years later. Take his recent portfolio filing. On the surface, it looks absolutely chaotic. A massive bet on a government contractor, a position in athletic wear, even a student loan company. But when you dig deeper into each position, something fascinating emerges that changes everything. Before we dive into what he's buying, you need to understand who Michael Burry really is. This isn't some YouTube guru or Twitter personality, this is the guy who turned $60 million into $700 million by betting against subprime mortgages when everyone else thought he was insane. He saw patterns in mortgage data that others missed, held his positions while investors literally tried to pull their money out, and ended up being spectacularly right. His track record isn't perfect, but when he makes concentrated bets, the market eventually pays attention. Which brings us to his most shocking position right now. 66%. That's how much of Burry's portfolio is sitting in one stock, Palantir Technologies. To put that in perspective, most fund managers won't put more than 5% in a single position. Burry has literally bet 2/3 of his fund on a company that most retail investors either love or hate with no middle ground. Palantir builds data analytics platforms for governments and corporations, think CIA-level surveillance tech for finding terrorists, but also for companies trying to optimize supply chains. The stock has been volatile as hell, swinging from $45 down to $15 and back up again. But here's what Burry likely sees that others don't. Now here's where it gets interesting, Burry also holds 13% in nvidia, the AI chip king that's been on an absolute tear. This is the same guy who's been publicly skeptical about AI hype and tech valuations. So why would he hold both Palantir and nvidia? The answer lies in his thesis about who actually makes money when everyone's talking about AI. While others chase the latest AI startup with no revenue, Burry's betting on the infrastructure, the companies that sell the picks and shovels during a gold rush. nvidia makes the chips everyone needs, Palantir has the software that actually works. But that's not even the most surprising part of his portfolio. Buried in Burry's portfolio are positions that make absolutely no sense until you understand his contrarian mindset. He's holding Pfizer, a pharmaceutical giant that's been beaten down post-COVID. Halliburton, an oil services company when everyone's screaming about renewable energy. Even Lululemon, the yoga pants company, sits in his portfolio at 1%. Each of these looks random, but they share one thing, they're all trading below what Burry thinks they're actually worth. Take Pfizer, while everyone focuses on COVID vaccine sales declining, Burry's likely looking at their cancer drug pipeline and a dividend yield that keeps growing. The pattern becomes clear when you see what connects everything. Here's what Burry's portfolio actually teaches us, and it's not that you should copy his exact positions. The real lesson is about conviction and concentration. While most investors spread their money across dozens of stocks hoping something works, Burry makes focused bets on companies he actually understands. His Palantir position isn't reckless, it's based on months of research into government contract cycles and data analytics trends. His nvidia holding isn't because he loves AI hype, it's because he understands semiconductor economics. The difference between smart money and everyone else isn't access to better stocks, it's the discipline to research deeply and bet accordingly. Look, you don't need Michael Burry's exact portfolio to build wealth, but you can adopt his approach. First, pick 5 to 7 companies you actually understand, not just stocks that are trending. Second, research them like your financial future depends on it, because it does. Third, size your positions based on your conviction, not some arbitrary diversification rule. And finally, have the patience to let your thesis play out over months or years, not days. The smart money isn't smarter because they have secret information, they're disciplined about doing the work everyone else skips. Ready to think like the pros? Check out nexusaicalls.com for our latest market research and analysis.